we're going to be starting at the ankles, okay? So like we did at week 1. So we're moving up on the heels, lifting the toes up, okay? Heels lift up and then toes. Nice and slow, just getting the ankles nice and warmed up. Good, just take your time through it. Here, so remember when you're pushing up, you want to squeeze in the calves, and then when your toes are going up, you want to squeeze the front of your shins, okay? So up and toes up. Heels up, then toes up. Good. Remember to take your time. Nice knees. Remember today we're just taking it nice and slow. We're going to flow through the movements, okay? Good. And relax. Okay, so for movement number 2, here we're going to start with the hip flexion that we did at the seated mobility at week 1. So we're lifting our knees up towards the ceiling. Okay, remember you want to keep that core tight, nice and controlled. So we don't want to be swaying side to side. Okay, try and keep your body as straight as possible, lifting your knees up. Once that feels comfortable here, you're going to move into the extension. Okay, so you're extending your leg out straight in front of you. Nice and easy. Take your time with it, okay? Good. You can alternate your legs. If you're having trouble lifting the hips, remember you can just keep the hips down and just extend the leg instead. Okay? So up and extend. Good. Make sure you're not swaying. That core is nice and tight. Posture sitting up nice and tall. Taking deep breaths. Exhale as you extend the leg. Breath in and good. Okay, now we're going to make this into a flow movement. So I'm going to add a movement onto that. You're going to bring your foot out in front of you here so your leg's completely straight. You're going to push the hips back and lean forward. So you want to feel stretch at the back of the leg. Bring the leg back in, up, extend, in, and down. So again, other side, legs straight on the heel, lean forward, hips back, together, up, extend, up, and down. Good, back to the right side, hip up, extend, in, down, foot out, stretch, and back in, up, extend, up, down, left heel out, left leg straight, hips back, and back in. Good, let's do it one more time each side. Good, remember take your time through it. Deep breaths, feel that stretch in the hamstring. And good. Okay, now for the next movement, we're going to be working on the hips. Here, so you're going to cross your leg over your knee, okay? So ankle over your knee here. So first you're just going to hold the position. I want you to get used to it. That's fine if your knee can't come down this far. If you're holding it here, that's completely fine. You can hold it up. Just get used to the movement, okay? What I want you to do is kind of rock through it now. Once you get comfortable there, you're going to move forward and move back. Good, just nice and easy. You kind of want to keep your back straight. Tilt forward and lean back. Good, just nice and easy through here, guys. Doing great. Once that gets more comfortable, we're gonna move into a flow, okay? So same thing here. So you're gonna lean forward, lean back, and if you can now, grab your knee, pull it in, push it out, okay? So here, forward, back, grab your knee, pull it in, and push it down. Good. Remember, take your time, nice and slow here. Up, and down. Good. Take your time, make sure that you're breathing. Nice and easy. Remember to just hold it if it doesn't feel comfortable to rock through with it. Good. We want your body to get used to these movements, okay, guys? You're doing absolutely great. And let's do one more time through the flow. So forward, back, up, take your time. We're going to switch to the other side, okay? So get yourself comfortable. Now I'm crossing my left ankle over my left knee here, and I'm just going to get comfortable with the movement. So we're just moving back and forth. Notice how my right leg's kind of rocking with it, so I can kind of move my knee and move my hip, get it more comfortable, get it more mobile, without my hands having to do extra work. Good, so I'm just walking through with it, getting used to the movement. Now I'm going to start the flow, so I'm going to start moving forward and back. Good, so remember when you're leaning forward, you're not hunching the shoulders forward, you're keeping that posture still up tall, you're just pushing the hips back, okay? So hips go back, and notice also when my hips go back, you can see my foot, it's going and getting a further stretch with me. I'm not even touching it, my hands are up here, and as I push my hips forward, my leg is going deeper into the stretch as well. Good, and then from here, I'm gonna add the pull and down. Good, so forward, back, pull, and down. Good, you guys are doing great. Remember, take your time, breathe through it, nice deep breaths. Good. Back, up, and down. Good, just take your time, really stretch through it, okay? Feel those hips moving. And let's do it one more time on this left side, okay? Just hold it there if it doesn't feel too good, okay? And good, okay. Let's rest your leg back down, shake your legs out. Okay, moving on to the next movement. So I call this one the lower back flow, okay? So we're just gonna start by getting into a nice flexion of the lower back. So I'm just gonna stand up and show you from the side first what that looks like. So standing up from the side, here, you're gonna roll your back down and up your legs, okay? But in a seated position. So sitting up nice and tall to start, feet out in front of you. Nice and slow, you're gonna hunch your back, roll down the legs, stretch out as far as you can, and nice and easy, sitting up nice and tall. Good, and then hunch again, roll down, nice and slow, okay? And back up. If you find it uncomfortable, your back doesn't feel strong to roll down, what you're gonna do is walk your hands down your legs. So walk them down, and then also walk them back up. Keeping the same posture though, so backs up nice and tall, and then roll. Good, down as low as you can, and back up. Let's do one more like this, and then we're gonna add a movement to it, okay? You guys are doing great. Remember to take nice deep breaths here. Okay, so now we're adding a movement. So we're gonna move down towards the side of our leg, across through the middle, and up the side of the other leg, okay? So for this one, I'm gonna walk down and show you what it's like. So here, sitting up nice and tall, I've twisted my body slightly to face my left leg here. I'm taking a deep breath in, and as I breathe out, I'm gonna reach down, walk my hands down one leg as far as I can. Here, walk my hands across the middle as my back's moving with me, and then I walk my hands back up to a nice tall position. Same thing now, we're going back down on that side, across the middle, and up the side that we started on. Good, so if that feels good, you can kind of slide down the leg now, walk out to wherever you feel the tension, bring it across, same thing, walk your hands up, and slide it the rest of the way. So you can kind of mix it up, you can do a bit of a slide, walk, bring it across, walk and slide. If it feels really good, you can slide and move through it, and back up, and deep breath out, and back up. Good, really take your time with this one, guys. It feels really good on that low back here. And deep breath, let your body relax into the stretch. Feel it working in your lower back and on the sides. And we're going to do it one more time each way, okay? Good. Nice and easy. Take your time. And good. Down. Rotate to the other side. Back up. Good. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the first movement of the low back flow, so which was reaching down and sitting back up. We're adding a different movement to this one, okay? So from here, we're going to start once again sitting up nice and tall, reaching down the legs to the floor, sitting back up. You're going to bring your legs in closer to the body, lean forward slightly to stand up. Good, and then sit back down. Okay, if you do have any balance issues, any dizziness or vertigo, please just stick with the low back flow, or if you have any support to help you stand up. Good, and then easy down. Feet again in front of you here, reaching down. Watch my pace, guys. See, I'm going nice and slow, so you shouldn't be going any faster than this, okay? Good. If anything, go slower, whatever feels good for you here. Feet out in front again, round the back, reach down. Good. Coming back up and bringing my feet in closer. You can use the couch or an extra support. Help you stand up. Easy back down. And again. Good. Take your time, guys. You're doing amazing. We are almost halfway there. Okay? And good, feet out, reaching down, reach back up, and stand up, good, and sit back down. Okay, for the last one that we're going to be doing more or less on the couch, so if you're not comfortable standing up, we have one move that we're actually going to be doing standing up. If you don't feel comfortable with the balance, I want you to do it staying seated on the couch. You're just going to tap your feet out to the side, okay? As you're tapping your feet, squeeze in through the sides here, so you're really feeling that work as you push through. Good. If you do feel comfortable standing up, I'm going to get you slowly to stand up. Find your balance. Feet are a bit wider than shoulder width apart here, and you're going to bend and push the hips back from side to side here. Okay, nice and easy. Pushing the hips back and then stand up straight. Good. Stay seated if you don't feel comfortable doing this, and do the tap side to side. Good, nice and easy. So remember, we did this one last week against the wall. So this time we're not using a support, or if you do have a wall nearby, feel free to use that for extra support. If this feels easy for you, have your legs wider apart. If it feels just good enough, just try and make sure you're pushing that hip down, as well as your left hip's going back, and then on the other side, right hip goes back, left leg goes in. Good. Let's do 2 more on each side, and then we're going to take a break, okay? And good. Okay, sit back down, catch your breath, take a break, get some water, and then we're going to move to the floor. Okay, when you move to the floor, we're lying down on our back, okay? So just to get you prepared, I have my pillow ready here. So if you need it, you can have a pillow underneath the back of your neck, or underneath your knees or your lower back, wherever you feel like you need the most support. If you have neck pain, preferably have the pillow at the neck. If you do have multiple pillows, one behind the neck and one in the lower back, okay? So I'm gonna take a sip of water too before we move on to the next one. So take your time getting down onto the floor. Okay, guys. All right, we're gonna get started. All right, so once again, like I said, starting on your back here. What you're gonna do is keep that back flat on the ground. So keep that back on the ground. You're gonna tilt your hips under. So squeeze the glutes, tilt the hips under. You wanna keep that back, core is engaged. You're gonna bring your right knee into your chest, extend the leg all the way down and back up. So knee bends, extend all the way down but doesn't touch the ground, back up and bend the leg. Good, so this is a flow movement. Remember, so we're going nice and slow, flowing through that movement here. Good, keeping that back flat. And good, remember, if you want a little bit of an extra stretch, grab the knee here, pull in, extend, relax down, back up, pull the knee in. If you find that your back hurts a little bit when the leg starts to come down, just bring it as far as you can where you feel that back still stays flat on the ground, okay? So knee in, extend as far as you can go, back in, and good. And back up, in. Okay guys, we're gonna do one more time and then we're gonna switch legs. Good, nice and easy through the flow, and awesome. Let's go, same thing on the other side. So knee comes in, extend, bring it down, back up, knee into the chest. Good. So you want to feel that stretch in the hamstring. We're also here, we're working the front of our hip, where we're working our core, our lower back. A lot of things are moving here because we're doing a flow movement. So we're combining a bunch of movements here, really trying to get a lot of things mobilized, stable, and working. Good, you guys are doing great. Let's do 2 more on this side. Down, control the movement, okay? Don't let gravity just take your leg down. Control it on the way down. And control on the way up, back in, and down. Great, okay. So now for the next movement, so we're gonna be working our hips and our glutes. So here, you're gonna part your knees. So you wanna feel a stretch on the inside of your legs. Bring them up together. Push the hips up towards the ceiling and back down. So we're combining the 2 movements. So push through here, squeeze the glutes, knees back together, hands on the floor, hips up, squeeze the glutes, back down. Good. Out, back in, squeeze the glutes, and down. Good, nice and easy. Good, make sure that you're taking your time with it. Push and squeeze. Good, it's okay if you can't go that far up. Remember, just all I want you to do is at least push and lift off a little bit if you can, and back down. Good. We're gonna do 2 more. You guys are doing great. We're almost there. And last one of this flow, so out, back in, squeeze the glutes up, and down. Great, okay. For the next one, this one's gonna feel really nice for that lower back. You're gonna have your arms out to the side, okay? So when arms out to the side here, just to kind of stabilize you, you can have your hands facing the floor. Your knees are gonna be together, knees bent. We're gonna rock your knees down to one side, and then rock them down the other way. Good, so you kind of want to point your knees diagonally, a little bit down to the side, and other way. Good. Whichever way you're going, you kind of want to stretch to one side, and then stretch to the opposite side. Okay? So when my knees are coming down to the right, I'm stretching towards my left. And when my knees are coming down to the left, I'm stretching towards my right. Good. So feel a nice flow. You should feel that nice stretch in that low back as you twist. We're going to do 2 more times on each side, and then we're moving on to our last movement, guys. Good. Last one here. Breathe, stretch through it. And good. Okay, last one, we're moving on to our side here, okay? So get comfortable. I'm gonna place my hand on my head just to support it. You can have a pillow here. You can lie completely down on the side, whichever one you prefer. So here, once again, my knees are bent, okay? So I'm gonna start with my hand on my hip here. We're gonna do the clamshells that we did earlier on. So we're gonna open the leg here, down, stretch the leg out, lift up, and back down, okay? So we're combining 2 movements. So knees go apart, heels stay together, squeeze through the glute, back down, legs straight, lift up, and down. Good. Take your time. Remember when we're doing this one, we're not rocking back here, okay? It's just the leg that's going up, heels stay together, down, straighten the leg, lift up, and down. Good. You really want to feel this one working through the hips. Okay. Good. Let's do 2 more, and then let's switch to the other side. And good. Last one here. Good. Okay. You can roll over onto the other side. I'm just going to move over so that you can see me and that my back isn't facing you. Here. Okay. Once you're ready, let's start with the clamshell. So opening up the leg. Here. Extend. Lift up. Down. Good. So opening up. Legs extends. Squeezing in through the hip, lifting the foot towards the ceiling, down, bend the leg, squeeze the glute, down. Good. You guys are doing great. This is our last movement. Take your time, breathe. Good. We're going to do it 2 more times and then we're done. And good. And last one here, guys, don't rock, squeeze, open, lift, down, and together. Great job, guys. You did an amazing job today, as always. I just want to say, once again, thank you so much for joining me. I had a lot of fun these past 4 weeks doing this with you guys. So once again, if you do want to see more content like this, just with different body parts, or anything else, just feel free to shoot us an email at contact@physiomobility.ca, or you can also call our number at 416-444-4800 to book a consultation with myself or one of the physiotherapists, and we'd be more than happy to help you out.